Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of The Lockdown. It's Zach Danger and number 12.
And welcome back to another episode of The Lockdown. I'm your host, Zach Danger.
I am number 12.
It's good to be back
12.
online. God damn it, you lagged. What happened? Did you say something important?
You lagged. No,
Oh, I lagged?
I was just
You
waiting.
think it's me or you? God damn, I don't know.
It's both of us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But these digital episodes, they've been sounding good, man. I don't think people can really tell.
I don't think they can tell unless we talk about it like we are now. We should.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I cut these out so they don't know.
Damn. You should keep this in. It's gonna be funny.
The lag.
Just keep that number 12 malfunctions.
The funny part about the lag when I'm editing is you'll say something funny and I don't react to it because I didn't hear it, and then I hear you just sit with yourself.
You should put in a couple of like ha-has in there, you know?
Oh yeah, a laugh track. Laugh track with podcasting? Damn, dude.
So what's going on, man?
Well, we just concluded our first Asian Not Asian Instagram live show.
That was fun.
I don't even want to call it Instagram live or
It was
Asian
like
Not
a
Asian
hangout.
live.
It was a hangout.
It's like a hangout.
Yeah.
We didn't really write anything. We were just playing a stupid drinking game.
Yeah, so for people who, I don't know if people saw, but we played Never Have I Ever, and it's like a fun game. I played it a lot in college, and people had, there was a lot of people hanging out, throwing us some thoughts, and then we gave a little quick tour of our respective refrigerators, which I think people
that was
liked.
fun. Yeah, I learned that you have so much fucking food. It's amazing.
Dude, I have
so
much. Many eggs.
Packed to the brim. Yeah, you keep talking about the eggs. I wasn't really impressed with the eggs. I liked everything else. But
Dude, eggs is where it's at. I mean, like, that's wealth, okay? Like,
that is wealth. Yeah.
Fuck 401k. So,
but yeah, I mean, we had I think we peaked at like 98 people or something like that. That's, considering we didn't really promote it that much, that was pretty cool. I think a lot of people were like, oh wait, I totally forgot I missed it. It's hard to invite people to Instagram live things because it's not important enough that people are going to put it in their calendar.
right.
But also, if they're not on Instagram at the time, they're not going to see that little icon. They're going to like kind of forget about it.
Even if you wanted to go to something or check something out, you're just kind of so depressed that you're not going to like remember to, I got to go to this show or I got to do this thing, especially on a Friday,
That's true. And I think other people were doing shows at the time too. But hey, to be honest with you, man, I was actually expecting more people because we get more than 100 people at Hack City. And that's just New York,
That's true. That's true. But this is like, there's like no rules. Like, what is a good turnout for something? I mean, who's even to say that it even happened? Like, what is real?
I know.
What is good? What is a show? What is anything? What is anything?
Well, we ended up having like 300 something unique visitors, right?
I think
like people,
300
like,
unique
unique
visitors.
People.
Yeah.
But like we're on average, we're at like 85, 95 ish. That was like
at any
range.
given time, 80 or 90 people were watching, and I think people were, in general, like we had a good time. It was a chill. It was like it was really just us hanging out.
Yeah.
And I think maybe next time, I was going to talk to you about this later, but maybe next time it could be more like a show because
yeah.
But
I think
that's okay.
Yeah, I want to do something like that on Zoom where we have like a third screen with a PowerPoint or some shit like that. Because I'm a PowerPoint comedian now. Don't forget, that's my strength. That's my strength.
Yeah,
so.
I'm a Zoom comic now. So.
But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this medium is so interesting because it's popping up now. A lot of our friends are doing Instagram live shows, and to be honest with you, like, I have some friends who have a decent number of followers on their Instagram page. When I go on their page, they have like 200, 300, 400 people watching, and again, to your point, it's like what is an average number for an Instagram live? I don't know, but it's weird because I've also personally never sat down and watched an entire Instagram live. So it's like at the same time where I was like, man, I wish we had more people were on. I've never even with Cardi B, I've never watched all of her Instagram lives. And that's Cardi B. She's like the most entertaining person in the world, right? So I feel like it was just weird because I was expecting like a bigger turnout. And I was just thinking about like, okay, who is the best at Instagram live? I guess was my question, Like, what do we need to do to get more people to stay and join?
I think it's tricky because you do something on Instagram Live, and I see the appeal of it, but by definition, you're on a platform where you don't look at anything on that platform for more than like 2 seconds. You know, because like you go to
yeah.
Instagram not to like look at one juicy butt and just look at that butt. You're gonna like scroll from butt to butt to butt.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And now it's like you got like 20. Now on any given night, like I'll look on my Instagram and there'll be like 10 different people doing Instagram lives. Like comedians or not, just like different people doing stuff. And like you kind of like, it's kind of almost like someone was saying it on Twitter. It's almost like a college dorm party where you go into one dorm room and you're like, what's going on in here? And then you go, okay, I'm out. And then you go into another one. And like, unless you walk right in there, right at the like the dopest part, you know, right when they're doing body shots of tequila. Yeah. You know, you're going to be like, this is lame. I want to go check out the other room. Bam.
Dude.
So I think it's tricky.
Right.
And I think the way to maybe do it is to like, I think next time it has to be more like a show, you know, like it starts right at a certain time and there's like a through line and like, you know, you got to charge people money or something. So they have like like a financial investment. And then you're like, cause like, and it's hard because like we're all like sitting here and like the other day I rented this movie and I forgot which one it was, like some Academy Award winning movie. And even that couldn't keep my attention for like, you know, like it was really good, but then like, I'll watch Tiger King, which is like an insane, like it's designed to be totally insane. And you're sitting there, but even then I'm still like checking out Instagram, like let me check out Twitter. It's tough.
Yeah. I was going to say like Tiger King did capture my attention for like a lot longer than anything else in my life right now. But that said, keep in mind that show has like a weird like gay redneck guy and like 1,000 exotic tigers. Like that's like that's what you have to put in front of me for me to stare at something for longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah. You go to an Instagram live and you're like, there's not 1,000 tigers. Lame.
We're two straight Asian guys is literally the opposite of endangered tigers. We're not endangered. Nobody gives a fuck.
There's so many of us.
We're not endangered.
If you look us up on Wikipedia, straight Asian guys, we're gonna be in the category where, you know, it says endangered or threatened. Ours is least concern. Okay, that's ours.
Yes, you know, I don't know if you know about this because you're from California, but in Ohio, there's like in hunting season, they actually encourage people to hunt deer because too many deer. So there's too many straight Asian guys.
Too many straight Asian guys. A bunch of white redneck guys are going to start hunting us down, which is probably true.
Now that show can keep my attention.
Yeah, well, but you still got to throw some tigers in there. Just
that's
throw a couple
for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Speaking of straight Asian guys, man, people have been people even yesterday at our live hangout thing, people were asking us this question. But you know, it's like kind of all over Asian American news and even like the larger news in general. So Andrew Yang wrote a little op-ed. Yes. And have you read it, Fumi?
I did read it, but what's like a good there's a lot of things I want to say about it, but what's like a good synopsis of the article?
What's the title of the article? Let's start with that.
Andrew Yang, Colin, we Asian Americans are not the virus, but we can be part of the cure.
Right. So he has a whole bunch of things that he says in it, but the thing that he's kind of catching a lot of heat on is that he says, okay, there's 3 paragraphs that I thought was interesting. So first, before we even get to the meat of it, you know, he tells a personal story about like he always felt like his place in this country was assured, you know, like he's had it better than the majority of Americans of any background. When comedian Shane Gillis, I don't know why he's bringing him up. When comedian Shane Gillis slurred me by name, I did not think he deserved to lose his job. It barely registered when a teenager yelled "chink" at me from a window of his car in New Hampshire a number of months ago. My only reaction was to think, well, I'm glad that neither of my sons were around because then I might have to explain to them what the world means. So basically, he starts by saying like, yes, these things happen, but like these are like sort of anomaly things, and you know, when people call me chink every now and then, like it just doesn't register with me because that's not a reflection of like my life. I have a good job, I'm wealthy, I have a beautiful family, so I'm an American. That's how he starts. But then he goes on to like talk about the anti-Asian sentiment, and I think his solution or his like prescription to this kind of rub people the wrong way, right? Which this is the paragraph that kind of went viral. He says, we Asian Americans need to embrace and show our Americanness in ways we never have before. We need to step up, help our neighbors, donate gear, vote
Wear red, white, and blue, volunteer, fund aid organizations, and do everything in our power to accelerate the end of this crisis. We should show without a shadow of a doubt that we are Americans who will do our part for our country in this time of need. Now, that paragraph alone went viral on Twitter, and people were getting mad because he was like, what the fuck do you mean be more American? What the fuck do you mean wear red, white, and blue and white? Red, white, and blue. So, yeah, man, let's fucking get into it, man. Like, what was your initial reaction?
So, I mean, I was reading it and I was like kind of checking out the Twitter sphere, and it's sort of like, you know, I mean, when Andrew Yang was running for president, I was like very skeptical of this dude. And then over time, I was like, I see his appeal, you know, but at the same time, I now see also why the reason why I think people like him is also the same reason why a lot of people don't like him. And he really comes across as like the kind of like your clueless dad, you know, or the guy who we were talking about it the other night, you and I, and he's like the dude who comes late to the party and is like trying to bring up a joke or something that happened like 2 nights ago, you know, and everybody's like, we've moved on from that. What are you talking about? You know? And and I think what's frustrating for a lot of people is that he's the dude that gets the microphone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be, I guess the equivalent would be like if there's this huge comedy scene and then some guy who has just started doing open mic comedy, people keep asking him what comedy is like. And everybody's like, why don't you ask people who know, or, you know? But instead you get this idea that like, I don't know if this is actually happening, but like you get the idea that, you know, he's on CNN now, that the media is taking him up because he's kind of like saying all the things that like white media people want, you know? He's like, oh, we should try harder, you know? And first of all, that's like, it's like a backwards way to think about stuff, because like you don't ask, like, you know, other like white people don't get asked like, oh, you should try to be more American. Like that doesn't even, like you never would say that to like a white guy. It wouldn't even make sense, right? You couldn't even say that to him. But like that, you know, somehow we need to do it. That feels weird. And then also like historically, you know, he brings up, you know, this Japanese American unit, and like a lot of those guys, like, you know, a lot of them volunteered because they wanted to show how American they were, but then that still really didn't work out. And, you know, like African American and black soldiers in the Civil War volunteered, and that really didn't work out. So, you know, like
that did not work out.
It really
for them at
didn't.
all.
And like we're constantly trying to like prove ourselves when other people don't have to prove themselves, like at all, you know, and that's really the thing. So I think there's a bunch of things.
I get that, and I'm not defending Andrew Yang, but part of me just thinks like, yes, what he's saying is not ideal, but is it true? And that's what I want to know.
Ooh, interesting. Go ahead.
Because the truth is, nothing is enough for Asian Americans to be fully American at this time. You may think so, but to the average white guy, I don't think so. And so I'm just wondering if he's just saying it, and he's not the most eloquent person. You know, I mean, we could just sit here and talk about how American we are. We may think so, but it's like, what is reality? I'm getting like kind of hippie-ish here, but it's like, what is reality? Is it what I think about myself or what other people think about me? Or is it a combination of both? And if it's a combination of both, then the equation's not fully met there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call yourself whatever the fuck you want, but that guy in Arkansas with the rifle and drinking beer, he's never going to think you're American, right? So then it's like, I don't know what the answer is. Like, I don't even know if Andrew Yang is the person we're supposed to be mad at. I guess that was my first reaction.
Oh, I know who we should be mad at. We should be mad at the guy with the rifle. I mean, it's very obvious. You know, like, I mean, I think you're getting to, and actually, you and I, we're on the same side, but same point, because the whole thing really is that, like, you're right. Like, other people aren't going to see us as being American, so we shouldn't have to prove that we're American. Because you can always move the goalposts, right? You can always be like, well, I'm an American citizen. Well, that's not really American. Okay, well, you know, I speak English perfectly. I have a bachelor's degree. You know, like, to your point, there's no way to prove you're American. And whenever someone asks you to prove your Americanness, you're already gonna fail, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the idea
yeah,
that like again that you never ask this of white people, like, you know, like Obama, like he was president, and like people still think he's like a Muslim, and like that he was a foreigner and stuff like that. He always had to prove it that he's American, but we never ask like, you know, Donald Trump to prove that he's American. He's just sort of accepted as being American. So really, you're supposed to be, and I think that's sort of the thing is that like I said before, Andrew Yang is the dude who came late to the party and is like bringing up this old thing, because he's bringing up something where the real problem is the guy with the rifle. Like, I know that's a joke, but like this racism or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's the
system.
problem.
The system.
You know, like that way of thinking, and to kind of to do what Andrew Yang does is like to kind of like take this, you know, take it all backwards. So, you know, get your own rifle, and you know, that's what you got to do, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand, because some of the stuff he said in the past, I was like, okay, whatever. But then this paragraph, I mean, rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm pretty open-minded.
You are.
About this stuff, but I just don't understand, like, because he's from Queens, he has an Asian wife.
Yeah.
So like if he had my background, I might be like, I guess he's like a self-hating Asian guy. but like his life story doesn't add up to this kind of comment. Like, I don't know why somebody with his experience and upbringing would say something like this. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just assuming if you grew up in New York,
nah,
you know how it is.
I mean, I think that's sort of the thing too, is that I'm not actually surprised that he said that. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people also agreed with him, because it's sort of like, you know, oh yeah, we should be more patriotic. But that's really like a separate thing, you know, like, you know, to talk about patriotism and, I don't know, wearing red, white, and blue, I guess, as if that really proves you're a patriot. Anyway, like, I think the thing is that if you don't think about it, you just think, oh, I should just try harder, right? And that's that's also another sticking point that I think a lot of people don't like about Andrew Yang, is that like he's done very well for himself, doing all the things that like Asian people are supposed to do, you know? Like working hard and test prep and blah 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 blah. And so he doesn't really see that there's a lot of racism still out there that's like holding a lot of people back, Asian people and not. And I think if you don't study it, if you don't like really think about it, you are susceptible to the same line of thinking as that, because we're like so drilled to just be like, oh, well, you should just do harder. Oh, you should just try harder. And then when we don't get it, when we didn't prove it, that must mean we weren't American enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah.
that's the trap of it, right? And so a lot of people think that way. So I don't necessarily blame people for thinking like that, but you know, he like, I swear in like 2 years, he's going to read like an Asian American history book and be like, oh shit. Oh, what? You know? And it's
that's
like,
so funny.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he's going to be like, all like, you know, let's go back to the motherland, you know, and just you know, like a super,
this is,
start smoking weed. He's going to get into raves, you know, he's like 4 years behind everybody else.
This is Andrew Yang's tweet 3 years from now. Hey, have you guys heard of this movie called Crazy Rich Asians?
Did you guys know that Asian guys can be sexy?
Yeah, my God.
Or whatever it is that he's doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like late to the party, but but the media is giving him so much like attention, and you know,
that's the other part I don't like is the media part is I mean, obviously like Asian people are upset we're talking about it, but like it's almost like Washington Post and CNN they obviously knew this was gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
And so like, I don't know. There's like a clickbaity aspect to it where like we just keep talking about it, and then that becomes the primary narrative.
Yes.
When it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yes.
He's not. We should be talking to like a East Asian American Studies professor at Columbia University. You know what I mean?
We should be. Yeah. I mean, we should be like building coalitions and talking to, you know, different people and like marginalized voices on all that stuff. But like instead we're like talking to the Asian guy in the blazer again. Oh, God damn it. You know, I don't even hate him. I just think he's kind of like, he's like a big puppy dog who doesn't know. And he like keeps like tracking in all this mud. And you're just like, well, you mean well, but God, you're dumb,
Yeah. He needs to listen to this podcast, man. I'm sure somebody's cousins with Andrew Yang on Inner Network, so please send him this episode. And also send him a copy of Pachinko or whatever the fuck he needs to read.
There you go.
All right. Well, this was a quick one, but we hope you enjoyed it. This has been the Lockdown. You can find me on Instagram at the Fumi Abe. That's TGIFridays.
And you can find me on Instagram at Nice Pants Bro.
Please also.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you can check us out on YouTube. What's our YouTube link?
Just YouTube Asian podcast.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's youtube.com/Asian podcast or pod. But
if you search for us, you'll find us.
Just search, and we need you to subscribe, man, because we're trying to up our YouTube game. We're not very popular on YouTube. We have like 700 subscribers, so we want to reach 1,000 because we need to feel something here in the quarantine. We're very lonely.
I don't feel anything. Do you feel anything?
No, I don't feel anything.
I don't feel shit.
I'm a big void. I'm gonna play Grand Theft Auto after this and shoot people.
How much of that do you play now?
Oh, after we hung up last night, I played for like 5 hours.
Really?
I'm so tired because I was up until like 2 a.m. playing.
Whoa, really?
I'm just like, I get really into things, and I just like, if I get into like an anime or TV show or something, or like a book or something, I can't do anything else until I finish it,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And if I can't finish a movie or like a TV series, I will read the spoilers so I know what happens, and then that's the only way I can move on with my life.
Which GTA are you playing?
San Andreas.
Is that the latest one?
It's the newest one available for the iPhone.
Have you been doing? So I played with my friend James DiMartino earlier, and
how do you play with somebody?
Oh, I didn't play with him. I mean, I was at his house and he let me play, and he set up the mode where like you have everything already, So I wanted, I got into the helicopter and I just like flew around like. And I was just like, oh, and then like later on I took a car and I drove like really slow and like I was like, oh, I wanted to drive because it's like set in Southern California. So I was like, I wonder if I go to my house. I got like really, I was like, okay, I know where I am. I'm going to take the 101 down and then, it's going to connect to the 405 and I can take that to the 91 and go home. And I was like,
that's so
I'm going to
funny.
drive home. And I was driving and then like, I don't know, like, I hit something and all of a sudden police came and like I was like, now I have to kill everybody.
I'm trying to go home, man.
I'm trying to go home.
Yeah, you see like a mailman, Dad?
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna get some pho right now. Get some pho. Go to Little Saigon. But instead, I had to machine gun like a strip club or something.
I know, man. That's what I've been playing because I miss going outside. I gotta live in the digital world, do all the things I want to do. So. Anyways, check us out on YouTube, Patreon, whatever, Spotify, iTunes, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.